for this sort of stuff we use this, but we've got
You do series
all the
and
series. I like to run a lot on just the 50 mil. I love this. I mean, having a 1.4.
It's
1.2.
wild. Yeah, 1.2. It's wild, isn't it?
It's nice to have that little bit of extra support when you need it. Ready?
You guys want to just start asking some questions?
Yeah.
I believe you just had a briefing. What's the vote this morning?
Well, we've got a lot of committed resources here, policing resources. I've just spoken to the police that will be on the ground and emphasised the importance of public and police safety. And also, we won't tolerate anyone that comes into the city, anyone, to commit any sort of offence. We have hundreds of police, and I'm content with the resources we have from frontline and specialist commands.
I imagine it's been a very busy night. Can you talk us through what's been happening inside the place?
It's been a busy week. We've had police, our staff, our partner agency working around the clock all week to make this happen. And we said yesterday we're scrambling, but we've got some very committed staff that have worked around the clock to make this as safe as we can today.
Previously raised concerns about crowd crush. What's going to be the main concern today and whereabouts?
Look, I still have concerns, as we have from the outset in relation to this matter, but I was in ongoing contact with the organiser, and particularly Mr Lees yesterday, and we've come to some arrangements in relation to alleviate those issues. We've compromised the starting point to be a little bit north of the original location, a bit north of Lang Park, and we've got some strategies in place that will, with the assistance of the organisers as well and our police, and particularly our public order police, to alleviate that. And we've also negotiated the end point now to be into Bradfield Park, that in my view is a much better ending location for a large group of people.
Are all these people supposed to get back over the bridge?
It's going to be an issue. And again, I'm not sure the amount of numbers that are coming. There's obviously some inclement weather, and we couldn't gauge really the support. So we'll have to deal with that as it progresses today. But that's going to be an issue at the other end, and we're working hard with transport to address that. But that's the sort of thing that would go into the ongoing months of planning in relation to these large events.
Can we get an update from Transport maybe about concerns about going back and coming into the city because there's been some train lines that had repairs overnight? Just give us an update.
Look, the key issue on the transport system is, again, we're encouraging people to avoid non-essential travel. It's going to be extremely busy on the transport system, particularly the rail network. Metro is not operating today, so buses will be diverting people to the rail network. Metro people will be going to the rail network. And for people coming back from this event, we've got to accommodate those on the rail network as well. Now, to try and work with police and do that as safely as possible, Milson's Point Station will be closed this afternoon, and we'll be diverting everybody up to North Sydney Station for that return journey. And I'd really like to thank all the transport people, be it the ones who are helping close the lanes on the bridge, but the ones on the rail network as well, who are giving up their Sunday to help safely accommodate these people as much as possible.
Are you putting more trains on?
No, we won't be putting additional trains on. We will be managing people into the station, particularly North Sydney, working with police to make sure that's as safe as possible to get people back to the southern side of the harbour.
That means frequency of only every one train every minute?
There should be a train, 10 trains per hour operating across the harbour bridge. Quite a bit of capacity there, but of course, like I've said, people are going to be diverting from buses at both North Sydney and St Leonard's, so the trains are going to be very busy this afternoon.
If you consider is there any potential of putting Metro back on? I mean, it's closed to track work. Did you think about that?
Look, the Metro closure that's in place today, that had been planned for months in advance. It's essential track work that we're doing on the Metro system. It's not something we could turn off overnight. It would have been great if we could have had the Metro operating, but unfortunately that's not the situation today.
Mr. Johnson, you've been facilitating protests for this particular group for 100 weeks. Why today specifically are you saying unlawful and antisocial behaviour when largely it's been peaceful and it goes off without a hitch?
That's our message all the time, whether there's a public assembly or not. I'm talking about anyone today. I'm not talking about the actual protesters specifically. I'm talking about anyone. People are expected to obey the law.
Absolutely. What are your concerns specifically in terms of that unlawful behaviour in a public assembly?
Well, look, apart from my concerns, my message is, look, if you choose to come to the city, and if you're not going to engage in the assembly, I would suggest you do not come to the city. There's going to be major disruptions. But if you choose to come in and participate in the assembly, please do so reasonably, lawfully. Listen to police instructions. Listen to the marshals that are leading the procession as well.
Do you have a mass number of police that are on today? Roughly, like, how many people are being called in on days often? Does this mean that other incidents today may have a slower response because of the resources?
Look, we've got a combination of police that have been diverted away today from their usual duties, but we've also had a number of police that have been required to come in on their Sunday, which would have been their day off. Can I just also emphasise, we just want the public to be safe today, and I'm also very conscious of police safety as well. If a police officer, I've asked the police to be reasonable and tempered and measured, as we always are, but please listen to their instruction, and we will assist in a safe assembly.
Not sure if you've been briefed, but are you able to give us an update on the missing person in the Hunter Valley?
Sorry, I don't have information
And
there.
I just wanted to ask, you've raised the issue of human crush several times, several spokespeople. Is that a bit alarming in terms of people trying to come into the city, or what is the major concern? Why would human crush happen?
Well, crowd crush is a real thing. You've only got to get online and have a look at some instances that have happened, particularly overseas. But in this case, the risk is the numbers are unknown. 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 have been thrown around. We don't know. But I've put some things in place in liaison with Mr. Lees to alleviate that.
Thanks, guys.
Glad you got to stand in the rain.